Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Within Black Ops 6, a lot of you are probably already started on your camo grind, going for dark matter, trying to get it unlocked for all your main weapons in the game. And of course, that starts first with the original Mastery Camo, Gold. And today, I wanted to go through and break down the best and most efficient ways to unlock Gold Camo on every single weapon in the game. It is going to differ from weapon to weapon, even weapon class to weapon class, and what you're doing to actually get your base special camos, then ultimately your gold camo as well. So I want to give you guys some easy tips and tricks to just optimize this and hopefully make your lives a little bit easier. So we're going to go through and basically look at every single weapon in the game, go through. Obviously the military camos are going to be rinse and repeat across the board, but then you have things like your special camos, which are going to be individual to whatever weapon you're on. Talk about those challenges, the easiest ways to complete them, and then ultimately the gold challenge as well. So I will have timestamps for the various weapon classes, rifles to SMGs, so on and so forth, if you're looking for some specific weapon-based tips there, or if you're just going through one by one looking at them with me, feel free to stick around for the long haul. But initially, first gun right away, XM4. This is actually my first gun that I got gold. Obviously, every single weapon is going to require you to do your military camos first, and this is, for instance, 100 headshots, and this is a tedious grind. It's not too overly difficult by any means, but tedious. It's going to take a lot of time. By far, the best way to go through and quickly optimize this is to just go right into hardcore. When you're going in and finding a match here, you're going to want to go to your general game modes filter, switch on over to hardcore, and if I were you, I would change this exclusively to hardcore face-off mosh pit. This is going to be those super small maps like pit, like stakeout, so on and so forth, where you are going to die a ton, but you're also going to get a ton of kills. It's going to be hardcore, obviously, so it's a one-shot headshot for pretty much every single weapon in the game, and you can really fly through those headshots as you work on perfecting your aim. So that by far for those military camos is going to be the #1 go-to thing, and that applies to every single weapon category, right? But then you talk about your special camos, and this is really where the more specific stuff comes into play. Like for instance, on the XM4, 30 kills shortly after sprinting. For me, I have auto tac sprint on, so basically every time I spawn in, I'm sprinting out, right? This is going to be one of those super straightforward ones. Again, I'd recommend playing hardcore just because the kills are going to be easier, but you're sprinting, just make sure you're jumping into your gunfight, you're sliding into your next gunfight, and it'll always track those. Our second one here is going to be get a kill without taking any damage 30 times. Again, hardcore is going to be the best bet here, and you're going to see a similar pattern. It's going to be a lot of, me being a broken record. Hardcore is going to make your life so much easier for the vast majority of these challenges, but without taking any damage, well, in hardcore, if you take damage, you're probably gonna just end up getting taken out. So with this, you get one kill, it's gonna track right away, basically. Like a clean kill is by far the most straightforward thing in hardcore. For the AK-47, get 50 eliminations with the strategist combat specialty active. So again, very straightforward for this one. Just make sure you have all the same perks set up so you do get that strategist combat specialty. Perk greed can also make this a little bit more efficient if you want to, use some better perks while also optimizing for this challenge at the same time. And then it's just 50 straight up kills, so play whatever mode you want to be using. That one's incredibly easy. Then our second one here, get 20 kills with the underbarrel launcher attached to the AK-47. For this, the kills have to be from the underbarrel launcher, so it's a toxic challenge for sure, but with this, again, hardcore is going to be your best friend, so you can quickly get those underbarrel kills. You're not going to have to worry nearly as much about getting random hit markers like you would in cores. The health being so low means that most of the time when you're using that launcher, it's going to be a one-shot explosion and take out maybe one, maybe two, maybe three enemies, and you can kind of shoot this almost as a direct impact incredibly close to you. In the past, you shoot super close down at your feet, it's like the grenade launcher bounces off. This year, the explosion radius is super forgiving, so you can kind of spam this at any distance and be relatively effective with it. For the aims here, get a kill without taking damage. Again, hardcore going to be your best friend. Get 2 kills without reloading 10 times with the aims 85. So for this, your best bet's going to be putting on an extended mag, whatever the max extended mag is, and then just spray and pray. Again, hardcore will make this a lot easier for you as well. It takes less ammo to get those kills. Very straightforward with that. For the GPR, kills shortly after sprinting, same deal as the XM4. Hardcore will make life easier here. Then get 50 kills while moving. So with this, so long as you're strafing when you're ADSing or you're jumping when you're hip firing, it's going to be a basic kill there. So this really is going to be a lot of your natural kills to begin with. If you want to build your loadout out for better strafe speed so that you can easily bob back and forth while you are ADS'd, that could help, but for the most part, this is going to be a lot of natural kills as well. For the Model L, get 50 eliminations with the Enforcer combat specialty. Again, just forcing all of those red perks on there, then just basic kills. Hardcore, super straightforward. Then 50 eliminations with a suppressor equipped. You can do both of these at the exact same time. So put a suppressor on, make sure you have the enforcer perk equipped, or that specialty equipped, and you're all good to go. For the goblin, get a kill without taking damage, again, hardcore clean kills, and then also 20 kills with the underbarrel launcher, again, hardcore gonna be your best bet. And you could actually, again, sort of double these up and do these at the same time if you're being efficient, using that underbarrel launcher, getting a quick kill without getting shot or killed in hardcore. Basically, you're knocking 2 out at once. And then AS Val, 50 elims with the recon combat specialty, obviously very straightforward. Put on all those perks, get the specialty there. And then 30 hip fire. For this, you just want to focus on hip fire accuracy attachments. That's going to be the most straightforward way to do that, and it'll mean you're super accurate. Again, hardcore can make this pretty easy as well. Focus on that fast sprint to fire, the hip fire accuracy, you'll be good to go. And then after you've done all the special ones through here, as you're leveling up, you can do it on all the weapons right away, or you could wait till the end. But gold for all the rifles here is 10 double kills or better using that specific rifle. Double kills, in my opinion, it'll be the easiest in hardcore, surprise, surprise, but it's just simply double kills. It's a pretty forgiving timer here. So face-off maps are also going to be ideal for this too, because the enemies are going to be so close and really in close proximity to each other at all times, even off of spawn. That'll make life way easier than just playing some of the standard 6v6 maps. Now, as we bounce from category to category here, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, or maybe you have not subscribed yet, every single day, I always got you covered with everything going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, meta breakdowns, tips and tricks, it's all right here. So if you want to guarantee you're always in the know, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated as well. So jumping into the SMGs, again, a lot of these are going to be pretty straightforward for your specials. 30 kills shortly after sprinting. Just focus on that sprint to fire speed. That way you can play run and gun, super aggressive, get those easily in hardcore as well. And then 50 elims with a suppressor equipped. Make sure you have a suppressor equipped while you're also doing this. You can double up. And again, the challenge here for gold across the board is double kills or better. Face-off maps to begin with. Then if you want to take the extra step, jump to hardcore. For the KSV, 2 kills without reloading 10 times. Again, put on that max extended mag so you just have the best safety net possible. Spray and pray, hardcore makes your life easier. 50 kills while moving. You can double up this a decent bit here. Just make sure you're always in that strafe animation at the very least when you're firing and ADSing, and you'll be good to go. For the Tanto, 50 kills while moving. Focus on the strafe yet again, and then take it, get a kill without taking any damage 30 times. Hardcore, your best friend. It's a lot of repeat scenarios here, but I want to make sure we're thorough in case you might be looking for one specific gun here. We can touch on all of that. For the Bison, 30 hip fire kills. Go all in on the hip fire accuracy yet again, and then 50 eliminations with the strategist combat specialty. Just make sure you're stacking all those perks. You'll be good with that. Once more, double kills across the board for actual gold. For the Jackal, 30 kills shortly after sprinting. Go in on the sprint to fire attachments, and then just make sure you're always jumping after you do start sprinting, and then sliding as well helps too. Just make sure that you are actually getting into that full-on sprint and not just doing the basic walk there. Then also 30 point blanks. Finally, a new one here. Again, this one is going to be really focused around those face-off maps. The efficiency in the face-off mode is through the roof just because you're so close quarters to everyone. Stakeout is by far the best map for these in specific, and also hardcore, again, just being so quick to kill up close could be very beneficial if you want to tolerate dying so quick as well on the receiving end of shots. Then for the compacts, we got 30 hip fire kills, all in on hip fire accuracy, then 30 kills shortly after sprinting. Same deal with the sprint to fire stuff. You could again also double up on these quite a bit. Go into a sprint when you spawn and then jump, start hip firing afterwards, and you'll be good to go. You can definitely knock out a lot of those basically at the same time and ideally finish them off together across the board. Double kills, as mentioned, hardcore face-off maps. Hey everyone, real quick, got to give a shout out to my friends over at Gamer Advantage. If you're an active viewer here on the channel, you know that in every single face cam video I post, I'm wearing my Horizon frames because these truly, more so than anything else in my setup, the PCs, the monitors, the controllers, whatever, these are the most important element because they keep me feeling fresh every single day. I'm sleeping better at night because of these. I can work on videos, I can play games all day, stare at screens, and not have to worry about getting headaches or eye strain. And this applies to you if you're at school, if you're at work, or if you are playing games or maybe working on content for yourself like me. These are game changers. Cannot recommend them enough. And Gamer Advantage is for everyone. They got different colorways, different frame styles to suit you perfectly. They offer prescription and regular lenses. So if you're interested in picking up a pair for yourself, throw in code IMMORTAL at checkout. It'll save you some cash. Who doesn't love that, of course? The link for that will be down in the description below if you are interested. Now for shotguns, 30 hip fire kills. Again, focus all in on that hip fire accuracy and ideally that sprint to fire as well. And then 30 kills shortly after sprinting doubles up very nicely with this. You pretty much will always track these together in the vast majority of situations. And because it's a shotgun, you probably want to be on the face-off maps to begin with as well. And then with hardcore, the range on this thing in particular, the Marine, is pretty nutty. Then for gold, double kills are better. Just make sure you have enough ammo. I'd probably go for one of the barrels that does actually, increase your ammo count there, so you can keep spraying and praying and pushing into an enemy spawn to get some easy double kills there. Then on the ASG, point blank, considering it's a shotgun, you're already going to be playing in the close range to begin with. Really just try and lobby surf for stakeout there. And then also 50 kills while moving, a little bit more tedious because it's 50 kills as opposed to 30, but again, make sure you're strafing, you're constantly bouncing back and forth when you're hip fire spraying, and that one will be relatively straightforward too. Jumping into our LMGs, get 30 kills shortly after sprinting. This one's a little bit more obnoxious because it's an LMG and the sprint speed's a little bit slower, so I'd focus a lot on mobility based attachments with your loadout for this one. That way it's just going to be easier to get your sights up and be ready for gunfights after you are sprinting. And then also 2 kills without reloading 10 times. Well, it's an LMG, you've got plenty of ammo, so you probably don't have to reload all that much to begin with. And surprise, surprise, for gold, double kills are better. Hardcore, face off, spray and pray, and you'll be good to go. On the XMG here, 2 kills without releasing the trigger 5 times. So for this one, after you start shooting, you have to keep spraying and praying and hope 2 players run into your sights, right? So for this, use the max extended mag possible, and then just make sure you're pushing spawns and you learn those spawn points so that you know where to pre-aim and where to pre-fire, and just hope that enemies are in fact in that area. This one's a little bit more luck based, which is a tad bit unfortunate. Then also 50 kills while moving. You'll definitely knock some of these out at the same time, which is convenient, but then again, it's just the straightforward, always be strafing when you're ADSing to get that done there. Then our next and final LMG on the GP here, again, it's going to be pretty straightforward, all things considered. 50 elims with the strategist combat specialty, so just stack those perks on top. And then also 30 point blanks. This one kind of sucks because, again, LMG, it's slow, it's heavy, bad ADS speed. Focus on mobility with your attachments, and then just lobby surf those face-off maps to make your life a lot easier with this. For marksmans here initially on the SWAT, get kills with a 4 times or higher magnification scope equipped. So this one is going to be pretty easy with the 50 elims required. Just make sure you have the right scope on. I think this would be a lot easier in hardcore just because you're going to get the quicker kills, right? But that's more so a preference thing. And then also 50 elims with the enforcer combat specialty. There's zero reason you don't get both of these done at the exact same time, right? So put the 4 times scope on, or higher if you want. Put the combat specialty on for enforcer, and then every kill should track for both of these. And then again, for all the marksmans, double kills or better with that specific marksman for the actual gold camo there. Play hardcore, play face off, and you'll be set. Next up, 15 long shots with the Sarkov 762. So for this, definitely want to be playing hardcore, but you probably don't want to be playing face off unless you are lobby surfing for the Gala map, which has a lot more longer lines of sight. Typically, though, the standard 6v6 maps, but in hardcore will make your life a lot easier for this. There are some good long lines of sight on several different maps. Just make sure you're standing as far back as possible and just pre-aiming angles and then just patiently waiting for enemies to appear. And then also 50 elims with strategist combat specialty, straightforward, stack all those perks on top. For the AEK, 2 kills without reloading, max out on that largest extended mag, you'll be good after that. And then also 50 elims with that 4 times or higher magnification scope. So for, again, this straightforward, put that attachment on, put your max extended mag on, and you'll get a lot of these done at the exact same time. Then on the DM10, 50 eliminations with a suppressor equipped, straightforward there. And then 15 long shots, again, Q into hardcore, but maybe the standard 6v6 maps. I also, for what it's worth, really like objective modes for long shots because you'll know where enemies are going to be pushing. If it's hard points or domination or something, players are going to be on the hill or on the B flag or on their spawn flag. So if there's a long line of sight next to those, you can kind of just camp out and wait for them to be on the objective and kind of pick them off relatively easily there. Now, as we jump into snipers here, get 50 kills with the recon perk specialty active. So straightforward, stack your perks. And of course, this might be my favorite camo in the game, I'm not going to lie. Get 2 kills without reloading 10 times, so definitely want to use an extended mag in this case yet again. And for snipers, surprise, surprise, it is double kills. Now, unfortunately, with some of these bolt action snipers that take a little bit longer to actually get the second shot off, what you can try and do in some cases is use melee. So if you melee for 1 kill and then snipe somebody, that still counts as a double kill and it'll track on this. So that's a nice little way to cheese that, especially if you are like a hardcore player where the melee is usually a 1 hit. You'll be good to go with that. On the SVD, 50 kills with the recon combat specialty, very straightforward. And then 50 elims with the 4 times or higher magnification scope. You can knock out both of those at the exact same time just by putting on the proper things on your loadout. On the LR762, it's 31 shot kills. That'll happen pretty much naturally in core. If you want to make it super easy, you could do hardcore. That wouldn't be a bad thing by any means. Then also 15 long shots. Just make sure you're posted as far back as you can. Play some of those larger 6v6 maps for sure. I'd probably stay away from face-off again unless you are specifically searching for Gala. Then we get into the pistols here. Then on the 9mm, it's going to be get a couple of kills shortly after switching. So 15 kills shortly after switching weapons. Just really for this, Q face-off. Again, I know, surprise. Then as you spawn in, switch to the pistol, pre-aim sights, start spraying and praying. You'll probably get pretty easy kills, especially if you're on, stakeout or even pit where you're spawning on top of enemies the whole time. And then get 50 eliminations with the suppressor equipped. Have the suppressor equipped at the same time. You'll double up on a couple of those at least. This one will just take a little bit longer to do in most cases. On the Gakrova, 30 hip fire kills, so just focus on that hip fire accuracy. Spray and pray there. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Then 50 elims with the Enforcer combat specialty. You can at least double up there and get quite a few done at the exact same time just by stacking perks and attachments. Oh, and of course, I didn't mention it, but same old for gold. Get double kills, face off, hardcore. On the GS, 30 point blank kills, hardcore face off, really try and search for pit or for stakeout, and then also 15 kills shortly after switching weapons. Same deal, spawn in with your primary, quickly switch to this, pre-aim those angles. It'll be tedious and sometimes you'll just get unlucky. There won't be players there, but it'll happen naturally over time. Then on the Strider, 50 kills while moving. Just make sure you got good strafe. You're constantly bouncing around or sliding around as you are hip firing or ADSing. Then also another super clean camo here. Eliminations with recon combat specialty, so just stack all those perks. Again, you'll be good to go. It's 50 elims. It'll take some time, but it's not too hard. And then for launchers, even though it shows as a pistol for some reason, what if we go through and like re-go into the gunsmith here? Nope, it's just gonna show as a pistol, but I promise these are the launcher challenges. The military ones kind of suck because they require you to destroy kill streaks. It's 50 kills or kill streaks. I would recommend going for the kills on most of these because it's going to be a lot less tedious than trying to shoot down streaks. Hardcore is going to be your best friend for those kills. Face off though does not have streaks, so keep in mind you might have to switch out of that mode if you're trying to do the streak side of things. For the specials here, 10 direct hit kills, so you definitely want to be playing hardcore for this and probably face off just to make life easier. And then also destroy 10 aerial score streaks. You have to be in core 66. You cannot play, you don't have to be in core, but you have to be in base 6v6. Face off will not work there. And then you just have to hope the enemies are getting UAVs or choppers and stuff and that you can shoot them down. It's going to be a super tedious one, but really you're just probably going to want to feed the enemies kills. Run up to them with your launcher, maybe try and get some kills, but let them take you out, get their streaks up, and hope you can shoot them down. Then gold in this case is going to be to get 3 destructions in a single match 10 times. So again, you really gotta hope that the enemies are spamming streaks here. Feed them streaks, hope that they are using them. Maybe you want to type in some text chat, hey guys, call in those UAVs or whatever, right? It's gonna be one that is largely dependent on your enemy's skill level, which is unfortunate, super tedious, but the best way to do it is just, focus on getting the enemies kills. You have to feed yourself to them so you can then feed. Then on the HE1, same military camos here. For the first special, 10 direct hit kills. Hardcore will be your best friend. Then also destroy 10 streaks or enemy equipment. Also, for what it's worth of the equipment side of things, use the perk that highlights it. I think it's engineer, but highlight the enemy streaks, highlight the enemy equipment. It'll be a little bit easier to see so you can quickly hunt that stuff down. And then gold is going to be the same deal. 3 destructions, score streak, or vehicle in a single match. And then lastly, you got the knife. The base military ones here are super easy. It's just get 100 total kills, so that's not too bad. And then 50 eliminations with Enforcer combat specialty. That's easy, just a little tedious. Then also get a kill without taking any damage 30 times. You probably just want to do this in hardcore just because in core there's a better chance you're going to take damage, whereas in hardcore you just die and you get to restart yet again, right? So I think that's maybe a little bit easier. It's definitely going to be a tedious one regardless though. Then for mastery here with gold, double kills are better. That one's going to kind of suck because you have to rely on enemies being super close to one another, but hardcore face off is probably going to be your best bet, or core face off if you want a little extra health there. Use stuns, use flashbangs to try and disorient players. A tedious one, but you will get it done if you just spam face off. Now, I definitely did not forget to record the baseball bat challenges here, hence why the lighting is shifted because it's cloudy now, but same military camo challenges here. The first special one is going to be a little bit more straightforward. It is going to be 15 kills shortly after switching weapons with the baseball bats. So you're going to spawn in, switch to this, go swing in, and then secondly, get a kill without taking any damage. Again, if you want to do this in hardcore, I just think it's less obnoxious and less defeating. Like if you're running up at somebody in core, they're going to shoot you 2 times. Maybe you get the kill, but it doesn't track your challenge because you took damage. So in hardcore, they shoot you. Oh well, that wasn't going to get that anyways, right? And then again, for gold, double kills or better. Stuns, flashbangs. Hope you're getting some good spawns with some enemies popping up next to one another. And that being said, it's a lot of rinse and repeat. It's a lot of the same challenges, but those are the best ways to go through and get gold and those special camo challenges done quickly on every single weapon in the game. If you found the video helpful, like rating would be really appreciated. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you can always guarantee you're up to date with everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.